Welcome back to the channel and coin lovers. Today we are taking a closer look at the 1971 Canadian 1-cent coin. At first glance it might look like an ordinary penny, but certain rare versions and mint errors can make this coin surprisingly valuable. With its classic maple leaf design and strong collector demand, the 1971 Canadian cent has become an exciting coin to search for in collections. Stay tuned as we uncover the story behind this coin, the errors and varieties you need to watch for, and just how much these little treasures can be worth today. Let's get started. The obverse of the 1971 1-cent coin features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, who was the reigning monarch of Canada at the time. This was the young effigy designed by Arnold Machine, introduced in 1965 and used on Canadian coins until 1989. The Queen is shown facing right, wearing a tiara. Surrounding her portrait is the inscription Elizabeth 2DG Regina, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. For many Canadians, this design is instantly nostalgic, as it was used on coins for nearly a quarter of a century. On the reverse side, the coin showcases the iconic maple leaf twig design created by G.E. Kruger Gray in 1937. This design, showing two maple leaves on a single twig, became the symbol of Canadian pennies for decades until the coin was discontinued. At the top of the reverse is the word Canada, while at the bottom appears the denomination 1 cent and the date 1971. The maple leaf design is one of the most recognizable Canadian symbols worldwide, making this coin a tiny but powerful piece of national identity. In terms of specifications, the 1971 Canadian cent was struck in 98% copper, 0.5% tin, and 1.5% zinc, giving it its rich reddish-brown color. Each coin weighs 3.24 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and features a plain edge. These copper cents are heavier and more durable than the later zinc-based pennies that were introduced decades later. Because of the high copper content, these coins also carry some intrinsic metal value, especially if preserved in good condition. The mintage numbers for the 1971 1-cent coin were very high. The Royal Canadian Mint struck over 454 million pennies that year, with nearly half a billion coins produced. The 1971 cent is generally considered a common date. However, common does not mean worthless. Collectors are always on the hunt for well-preserved coins in high mint state grades, as well as for unusual varieties and mint errors that can transform an ordinary penny into a rare collectible. Let's now apply the mint grading scale to understand values in the lowest circulated grades 1 to 10. These coins are only worth about 1 cent each, essentially face value. In mid grades 15 to 20, very fine to extremely fine, the value rises slightly to 5 to 10 cents. In higher circulated grades like 22 to 25, about uncirculated coins may bring 25 cents to $1. In mint state, things get more interesting. 27 grade coins may sell for $2 to $5, while 29 to 30 gem uncirculated coins can fetch $15 to $30. For example, certified at the very top of the scale with blazing red luster, values can reach $50 or more. Collectors also look out for error coins and varieties from 1971. Some examples include off-center strikes, die cracks, filled dies, double strikes, and die rotations. A minor die crack might add a few dollars to the value, while dramatic off-center errors or strong double dies could sell for $50 to $200 depending on condition. These errors are relatively scarce given the large mintage, which makes them exciting discoveries for collectors searching through old Canadian pennies. From a historical perspective, the 1971 1-cent coin is important because it reflects Canada transition in the early 1970s. Inflation was already reducing the purchasing power of the penny, but it remained an essential part of daily commerce. The penny was still made of solid Copper, unlike the lighter and cheaper compositions that would follow decades later for collectors. This makes the 1971 cent part of the classic heavy copper penny era, which ended in the early 1980s. For collectors today, the 1971 Canadian 1 cent is a great starting point for beginners because it is affordable and still easy to find in circulation or old jars of coins. For more advanced collectors, the challenge lies in obtaining top-grade mint-state examples with full red copper color, which are far scarcer than circulated brown coin. Specialists may also build complete date runs of Canadian pennies, and no such collection would be complete without the 1971 issue. Its high mintage and modest value make it accessible, but its beauty and historical context make it worth keeping. In conclusion, the 1971 Canada 1 cent coin may be small and common, but it holds real interest for collectors who appreciate design, history, and condition. On the mint scale, values range from face value in circulated grades up to $50 or more in top gem red uncirculated condition. Add in an unusual error variety and their value could be even higher. As part of the classic copper penny era, the 1971 cent is a piece of Canadian heritage that deserves a spot in every collection. If you enjoyed this breakdown, do not forget to subscribe, like, and share this video, and let us know in the comments which Canadian or international coin you did like us to cover next.